Hey y'all, I'm Emily and welcome back to Bama Based, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. I'm not sure if you can hear it or quite see it, but it is pouring rain outside and it has for days, and I'm so over it. Um, it's still February and I want to start seeds, and it's yucky weather. But that's the good thing about having a greenhouse. Um, I can come in here and play in the dirt and not get soaking wet. So I'm going to be in my greenhouse today planting up starting perennial seeds that I have kept in my refrigerator to basically get cold stratified. Um, I would say they've been in my refrigerator 2, 3 months maybe. I actually forgot about them until I cleaned out my refrigerator this morning. Um, and y'all, I got up this morning full of energy and deep cleaned my house. I dusted, mopped, swept, vacuumed. I did the whole shebang other than dusting the fan blades. I wasn't gonna get on a ladder to do that, but I feel so good. I feel accomplished. So I'm rewarding myself by coming into the greenhouse today and planting up the perennial flowers that I have cold stratified, along with some coleus and some more daisies. And FYI, since it is raining outside, Mr. Harley is under the bench. Yeah, he's under the bench hiding. He hates the rain. He's so scared. He's a chicken. Yes, buddy. I'll show you. Ooh. Yeah, he's shaking like a leaf. He just hates the rain. I know. You're a chicken. I know, buddy. So if you hear anything weird, it's him acting like a little crazy puppy. Even though you're not a puppy anymore, you're an old man. Yep. I love you, bud. All right, go lay down. So I'm just going to get into it. Now he won't leave me alone. Um, so I'm just going to get into it. I've already labeled um, my 2 trays here for ease of use and help my ADD brain stay on track. So I want to start with this tray here. And this is going to be a variety of plants. Now, for full transparency, I have never planted or started these plants before. But when Southern Seeds, they used to be called Seed Therapy, um, when they ran their sale, I just added a whole bunch of stuff to my cart, and I probably will again soon, because they have all kinds of things that just sound so interesting. Now, they don't have pictures on their seed packets, but what the website does tell you is their growing conditions and just some good pictures there, but nothing on the seed packet. Harley, baby, you gotta, yes, you're fine. Go lay down. So, a lot of these have been in my refrigerator, and I've had these for quite a while, probably about a year or so. So it's time to plant them. But I've never grown them, never planted them before. So it'll be an adventure for both of us. So the first one I want to start with is the American Beauty Berry. It says to soak the seeds in water for 24 hours. Although a cold stratification is not required, a 60-day stratification can increase germination and is recommended. Sow seeds and then 1/16 of an inch down, and then tamp down the soil. I did not soak them. I'm going to keep this tray fairly wet, and it's just an experiment. I just want to give it a shot. And they are fairly tiny, y'all. Not as small as those petunias we planted not that long ago, which they're doing great. It's actually these over here. I'll give y'all a close up in just a minute. I would say they are the American Beauty Berry is not quite as large as a tomato seed. It's not. Oh, just fell off. Yeah, they're not too bad. The petunia ones I could barely even handle. So all I'm going to do is sprinkle these in and then just tamp them down. I'm just going to do one row. Because I honestly don't know what these will do. Perfect. And I'll come back when Amazon delivers and sprinkle all these with some vermiculite. I just haven't had my delivery yet. All right, so that was the American Beauty Berry. And I bought this packet from Seed Therapy. I just got dripped on. Still better in here than outside. Next, I want to do the Mountain Tree Peony. And they say to also soak the seeds in water for 24 hours. Seeds can be direct sown in fall for a spring germination. In the spring, a 90-day warm-up stratification and a 90-day cold stratification is needed. So they've already been cold stratified. So I need to remember that the Mountain Tree Peony probably will take a significant amount of time to germinate. So y'all help me remember that so I don't just dump out the soil thinking I failed. Yeah. So let's give these a go. And these are about the size of a pea. Where's my little dibbler? I always lose that thing. Found it. So I'm just going to poke a little hole in the soil. And there we go. The Mountain Tree Peony on the website, that picture, oh, stunning. So I have 4 extras in here that I'll probably plant up in another packet. Not another packet. What am I talking about? Like a 4 cell. All right, so next we need to move on to Gara. It's another one that I cold stratified in my refrigerator because y'all, in the South, it doesn't really get cold. We had that one week where it got down to like 9, and then the next week it was back up in the 70s. And here in February right now in Zone 8A, North Alabama, I'm very comfortable in my greenhouse right now in just a long sleeve t-shirt, and I'm in leggings. Now, granted, I'm next to a heat lamp, but yeah, it doesn't really get cold here, which is fine by me. So the Gara seeds are quite interesting. They're actually quite pretty looking. So for the seed packet says, for full sun planting, directly sow seeds just below the surface during late fall, which I'm past that. So for spring, refrigerate seed mixed with moist soil for 60 days before sowing in flats. Didn't do that. Or individual peat pots, and I don't have those either. So I'm going to be a little rebellious and just pop them into the soil and see what happens. Let's give it a go, y'all. Are you laying on my seed mat? It's okay, bud. It's okay. You can lay on the seed mat and get warm. All right, so I'm going to just press 2, maybe 3 in each little cell and just see what happens. And I have 2 rows planned for this. There we go, and I'll put the extra seeds start more later. And if I'm successful with a lot of these plants, I'm going to be sharing with my mom who lives in Georgia. I believe she's also 8A. But she has more of like a shade garden, just more planting area. Let's just say that. And I just want to grow her pretty things. All right, those look good. Next, I want to do comfrey. Forgot I had these trays over here. Okay, so I want to do one row and then a 6 cell of comfrey if the seeds will go that far. I've heard a lot of cool things about comfrey. You know, the internet can lead you astray sometimes, but I got interested in trying to grow this because my husband suffers with arthritis pretty bad. And then he also has gout, which is a form of arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, I believe. So he can be in pretty severe pain when he has a flare up. And I've heard that that comfrey salve can help. So I'm hoping that I can kind of give him some pain relief because he's so stubborn. He doesn't want to take medication and he just wants to gripe and lovingly and just let us know he doesn't feel good. So maybe I can help him out with some natural medication and not full of like the chemicals and stuff. But here's to helping my husband. So the seed packet from Southern Seeds, which I think is now called Seed Therapy. That still confuses me all. It says to start seeds outdoors in late fall, early winter for a spring germination, or in the spring or indoors after a 30 days cold stratification, which I've already done. So sow seeds 1/8 of an inch deep in full to partial shade and rich organic soil. So let's give comfrey a try. Harley just left. All right, so these seeds, not too small. I can actually pick them up. So I'm going to sprinkle them into each tray and just tamp them down. And then also in one full line in this tray. Looks like I'm going to have enough to do 2 per cell. All right, so the comfrey is finished. I've also heard that you can use like the comfrey leaves as like a good fertilizer. So that interests me too. Let's see if I can find success doing that. All right, so the next one I want to do, let's do the Palmer Penstemon. I have a 6-pack of this one as well. So this says for spring planting, cold stratify for 30 to 60 days, which I've luckily done, or sow and fall directly. Press seeds into soil surface as they need light to germinate. So good to know there. And this is Palmer Penstemon. And these seeds are tiny, but not as small as those petunias. Well, instead of planting a 6-pack, I'm just going to do 1 row because that's now all over the floor and me. I'm such a klutz. Bummer. All right, so 1 row of Penstemon Palmer, or Palmer Penstemon. Goodness, I can't get over myself. I am so clumsy. Why are you eating the dirt, Harley? You're a weird dog, too. Y'all, I swear I feed him. He's so spoiled. He'll get our leftovers. Like, my husband grilled filet mignon for me just the other day, and I could only eat like half of it. And this dog got my filet mignon. He's so spoiled. Yes, buddy. Yes. You don't have to eat dirt. You are well fed. All right. So we have the 1 row of Palmer Penstemon. Now let's see if we can do the Firecracker Penstemon. And I have a 6-pack. Maybe I can not dump this all over me. So the Firecracker Penstemon says for spring planting, cold stratify for 30 to 60 days. We did that. Or sow in fall directly. Press seeds into soil surfaces. They also need light to germinate. All right, same thing. Just sprinkle on the soil. And the Firecracker Penstemon look a little bit bigger. That's interesting. All right, there's the Firecracker Penstemon. Sprinkle these into the 6-cell tray here. And I'm going to safely put it back in the tray so I don't spill it. And then in this line here, I'll just sprinkle these here. Y'all, I love planting seeds because I just find it so relaxing. And it's even better that it is actually raining because it's more, I don't know, calm. But I just love planting seeds because when you see them germinate, it's like a little miracle. And it just brings me joy. So the next one I want to do, let's do the Self-Heal Perennial Vulgaris. I think I was just going to do a 6-pack or 6-cell of this. Let me make sure I didn't make another. Yep. So the directions for this state: direct sow in late fall, slightly below soil surface for spring planting, cold stratify for 30 days, which I did, and then maintain light moisture until germination. We'll be good there. So let's give these a go. And this is Self-Heal or Perennial Vulgaris, if I said that correctly. And they're pretty tiny. I'm just going to sprinkle these in. All right, so next let's do the lupin or lupine, the perennial version. And it's the Lupinus perennis, if I said that one right. All right, so the seed packet states to soften the hard coating on these seeds, rub them lightly with sandpaper, which which I didn't, y'all. It's dripping. And then sow them in early spring planting, them 1/2 inch deep after a 30-day stratification. Okay, so they need to go pretty deep here. Let's give these a go. Oh, they're pretty big. They look like little pebbles. Where's my little dibbler? All right. Make a little hole about 1/2 inch deep. Then I also made a 6-cell tray for this one as well. I remember adding these to my cart for specifically for my mom's garden. They're just beautiful. All right, so I'm going to drop probably 2 or 3 in each hole just to try. I don't mind buying another seed packet if I don't get germination. And y'all, I would not blame the seed company at all if I'm not successful, because I've never grown these at all before. So this is all new. So if I have any failure, it's not going to be the fault of the seed packet this year. It's probably going to be on me. So I want to just FYI. Overall, seed therapy company, phenomenal. Great prices and great germination on pretty much everything that I have planted so far. Alrighty. Good to go there. Now let's do the Rocky Mountain penstemon. Did I have... Did y'all see him on the heat mat? It's okay, buddy. You can lay down. It's okay. It's okay, love. All right, so let's do the... What? You're fine. Yes, you're fine. I love you too. Yes, you're fine. I gotta plant these plants. Yes. All right, so let's do the Rocky Mountain penstemon next. And I think it says the same thing here. Yep, just sprinkle on the soil. On top of the soil, yep. But it also, for the Rocky Mountain, it says not to overwater as root rot may occur. So need to remember that. Why are you crying, Harley? You're fine. You're fine. You're fine, buddy. All right, so sprinkle here in this 6-cell. Do I have... What? What? You're fine. Just tamp them down a little bit. Do you hear him? Whoa. I guess he wants to be on camera today. Y'all, this dog is so spoiled. Are you jealous that I'm talking to our friends and not you? Yes. Yes. All right. So next I want to do the... Let's do the Black Dragon Coleus. Harley. And these seeds are so tiny. Probably smaller than those petunia seeds. So I'm going to order more of these seed packets because I want to grow a whole bunch of coleus this year. but I don't trust myself. I'm getting dripped on. Yes, buddy. But I don't trust myself to have good germination. So, hardly. This dog. So I'm going to be ordering more of the coleus seeds and planting them again. But these could surprise me. So the directions for the black dragon coleus says to direct sow in early spring, pressing seeds into the soil, and just keep it wet. Fairly easy. Yes, hardly. But these seeds are so tiny that I honestly don't know what's going to happen. I think that's it. I mean, they are super tiny. So hopefully they made it into the 6L here. Next, let's do the rainbow mix coleus, and it directions pretty much state the same thing. Yep, just very, very small seeds. But the rainbow mix coleus had more in the seed packet. And if I remember correctly, the black dragon coleus was like $1 more than the rainbow mix coleus. So it must be more of a rare variety, but I'm not sure. All right, so rainbow mix coleus is planted. What next? Let's do Echinacea purpurea, or the purple coneflower. And this is another one that I added to the cart specifically for my mom. Beautiful seeds there. And I want to do 3 rows of these. And the directions for the Echinacea purpurea states to plant seeds 1/4 of an inch deep. And they do need to be cold stratified for 30 days, which they've been in my refrigerator long enough. And then it says to thin to 12 to 18 inches apart or transplant after frost threat. We can do that. So in these 3 rows here, I'm just going to sprinkle in the seeds and just see what happens. And hopefully Amazon will deliver my vermiculite today. If not, I'll have to come back out and do it tomorrow. Alrighty. Now let's do the creeping daisy in this last row. Y'all, daisies are my favorite, and I can never grow enough. They're just beautiful. And if y'all haven't heard me say it before, daisies were our wedding flower when we got married. He's on that heat mat. He's such a cute little dog. All right, so creeping daisies, they like to be surface sown. And then I'll just tamp them down in just a little bit. That feels amazing. I'm so excited. Now I'm going to fill up my Greenstalk seed starting tray with some soil and plant more daisies. Alrighty, y'all, so let's plant these daisies. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I fill up all of my seed trays with the Jungle Growth brand soil. Um, I find that it works great. It's not overly barky, and it has nutrients in it, so I don't have to um, have that extra step of using seed starting mix and then having to put it in potting mix. And I think it just works great. So for right now, I'm using Jungle Growth. So let's start planting some creeping daisies. And these are pretty tiny too. I don't have many left, so I'm just going to sprinkle them in these cells here. Just gives me just 12. It's 2 packs of 6 from Greenstalk. Just tamp them down in the soil. Oh, y'all, I just heard thunder. I didn't think it was supposed to like storm. All right, so next let's do the dwarf Shasta daisy. I also purchased these from Seed Therapy. I just love daisies. And I'm going to fill up 2 of these trays as well. So it'll be 12 little cells total. Harley, get out of my potatoes now. You don't need them there. All right. And just like with the others, I'm going to tamp down the soil. And I have all kinds of different, what do you call it, like different cultivars or varieties of daisies in the garden already. Like I have the English daisies, I have the English and Norma daisies, Montauk daisies. Yeah, I love them all. They're beautiful. All right, so now I want to do the crazy daisy. Y'all, I'm going to give you a close-up view of this. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. So, of course, these are from Baker Creek, and I'm going to sow these in the other 2 trays there. If we ever buy acreage, which hopefully that is going to happen as soon as we can afford it. But yeah, if we ever get acreage, in my head, I just picture like a good acre of just rows and rows of beautiful daisies. That would make me one happy girl. Just go out every single afternoon and just surround myself with daisies. All right, so same thing, just tamp it down. All right, so I'm going to water these in. And I think that will be it for me today as far as seed starting. I do have some other chores I need to get done, but it's raining, so I'm not sure if I'll get to it. But y'all, thank you for watching me plant my seeds for this spring. And hopefully we'll have some great germination. And I'm excited to see what these perennial seeds will do, to see if I can actually get them to make it several seasons. But this is exciting. I love it. It's also very relaxing. This is my happy place. So if y'all could just give this video a like and a thumbs up, subscribe for me if you haven't already, and help me grow the channel. And again, this is Emily from Bama Based, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. Until next time, y'all. Bye.